What's up, guys? I wanted to take a few minutes today to talk about hero skills and how they stack or don't stack. And I'm playing Norska here because they have a couple examples that I wanted to touch on. So if we just select one of these familiar notables, these skills down here will never stack with each other. Okay, some of these are map actions, so they're not technically passive skills, but like increase mobility, stimulate growth. It only uses the most recent hero that you've added to the army's skill here. So you want to make sure that whoever you have with the most points, or whoever you're going to invest the most points in of increased mobility, is the last person you put in the army. Skills like squash the bugs here, +5 bonus versus infantry for familiar warrior units, and +10 armor for the same type of units. This will stack for every type of hero you have with this skill in your army. You will get that buff for that unit. Something like this doesn't technically stack because it's a passive ability adding a skill to the unit. Unyielding assault, you can only get that once, so doesn't stack. You still get the weapon strength for the hero, but of no importance. And I think that's the only one. Oh, he gives them stock as well. Obviously, stock doesn't stack either. So yeah, squash the bugs. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put 1 point into squash the bugs on all of these heroes. And then we're going to look at the army before I move them. So this is just a familiar stack with a level 4 lord. I haven't even put his 2 other skill points in yet. So this is obviously it's turn 60. I have some technology research, so they're getting some buffs, but we can look at the unit browser, sorry, and see like 15 bonus versus infantry, 110 armor. That's base. Right now they have 120 armor, and I'm sorry, wrong one. 120 armor and still 15 bonus versus infantry. So when we put this first one in, 130 armor, 20 bonus versus infantry. 140, 25. And I'm just going to put the other 2 in. So 160 armor, 35 bonus versus infantry, and that applies to the great weapons ones as well, making them even more versatile. So this is a good way to boost up units, and this applies to other heroes as well. If we right click the wrong thing, if we come over here to the Empire captains have a very similar skill that buffs up melee infantry or melee cavalry. It gives a melee attack and something else. Obviously, I made a video about them, but the Gate Masters of Grand Cathay, they have a very similar thing for Jade Warriors. So any hero that provides a statistical buff, it will stack, and you can use it to like kind of super boost up your units very nicely. Now, if we come over to Wolfric, there's a special example. So I mentioned earlier that passive abilities don't stack. So we have these Skin Wolf Werekins here, and they have this, a statistical bonus, +3 AP damage for the army, +10% charge bonus for the army. this stacks. 426 AP damage versus a base of 370. So, you know, they're obviously being buffed by some other sources, but they're getting 12 AP damage from all of these skin wolves. But they also have this other passive, Vicious Assault for 12 melee attack, Frenzied Assault for 12 melee attack and 40% charge bonus, Ruinous Flesh for 23 armor and 10 missile res, and Twisted Flesh for another 23 armor. Now, I have these skin wolves leveled up to have one of each. And the reason why I've done that, I'm not going to bother showing you the other two, but the other two have Vicious Assault and Frenzied Assault, is that because these passive AoEs have a different name, they stack. And I'm going to go into a battle in a moment here and show y'all that. But because it has a different name, it will stack, and you can get some nice benefit out of this. I mean, we're talking 46 armor, and don't show me the base one. 24 melee attack is nothing to sneeze at, as they say. Yes, so I'm just going to attack this Empire settlement here. Decisive victory, obviously. I mean, we have a full WOG army here. But yeah, in general, passive AoEs wouldn't stack. Like, Tactician doesn't stack. I think one of these wolves, or I have a wolf in Cirtha X army that has Tactician. That only stacks once because it is that one skill. But because these skills, despite being in the same skill line, have different names, different titles, they do stack. I'm going to show you all that right now. So I'm going to take this. First of all, we're going to pull back, pull way back. Come on now. And I'm just going to show y'all on this Cursed at Rune Caller. Am I out of range? Yeah, I am. Okay, so armor 35, melee attack 76. We're going to move up this first guy. I'm not out of range. Whatever, who cares? So, shot up to 58 armor. Great. We can fast forward a little bit. Shot up to 81 armor. That's a huge increase. And I'm just going to walk these two up together and save on time a little bit here. So, 24 extra melee attack. So, this Cursed Etin is not missing. And he's not going to take a lot of damage either. 131, we're talking like late game dwarf level armor. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show today. Just a general idea of kind of what skills stack and what don't. Just remember, if it's a statistical increase, plus 5 melee attack, plus 5 melee defense, plus 3 AP damage, etc., it will stack. If it is a AoE passive and it shares the same name, it doesn't stack. If it is a map ability, map buff to the army, like Route Marcher, I forget what it's actually called for the hero now that I'm here on the battle screen. Increasing movement, increasing replenishment, increasing XP gain, that doesn't stack, and it is only the most recent addition to the army that it applies. So just keep that in mind. Use these heroes, use them to your advantage. And yeah, kick some ass and, raid and pillage for the Dark Gods. I'm live on Twitch if you want to check me out every Friday at 9 p.m. EST and Sunday at noon EST. We do big PvP campaigns. We're going to be starting another one. I've been playing a lot of Takala lately, the new Slaneshi Lord. I like her a lot. I think she's very cool. The campaign's kind of easy, but she's badass as fuck. So check that out if you like that. If you liked the video, if you found it helpful, drop a like, drop a comment, and let me know what any questions you want answered, any tips you feel you need, any factions you need help with. Let me know. I play this game far too much, and I want to share some of the bespoke knowledge that I've gained. Anyway, y'all, thanks for watching.